This will kick it off to get us underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Ready to fire from the pistol. Running back searching for a hole. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season. And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback be going the other direction.
Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
I'll tell you what, you want to quiet this crowd down. You want to do something demoralizing to your opponent. Establish the run game early on offense.
The Mustangs will line it up on 1st and 10. Now on the option. Now the pitch. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Looking downfield, it's Barnett. Finds his tight end. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a first down. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. The great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
He'll keep it himself.
And it's difficult to contain athletic quarterbacks, but man, when everybody plays their assignment, it's a beautiful thing. I understand I got to take away this. I got to keep my eyes on the quarterback, make sure he doesn't pull that football. They weren't fooled, and the quarterback had nowhere to go with the football.
Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the sticks. It's Knight. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
It's 1st down from the 11. Grabbed behind the line. It's Knight. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking to throw, it's Barnett. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Good play by the defense. Way to wrap them up. Way to know where the sticks are. Now put you in a successful position for 3rd down. Now you can break out the fun packages, the blitzes, putting more speed, more little fast guys on the field.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can pick up the first without scoring. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown, SMU! Quick strike through the air for the score.
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before. And there was no hesitation. The opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22.
First and 10.
Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. The run to the left. Oh, better look out. Oh, he's got some space. Just like that, a huge gain, and they've got it inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 8.
I mean, what a huge gain for this offense. You're always trying to find ways to get your playmakers in space. And when you create a hole like that, Palmer, good Lord, anybody's going to be able to run through. Then he just keeps chewing up those yards, makes the big play.
He's a difference maker, David, and he gets better as the game goes on. So that's great news at this juncture to kind of rip off a big run like that. But this is a guy that builds momentum as he goes. I'd be force-feeding this guy more as the game goes on.
He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. They'll go to the ground. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
Well, after ripping off a big-time run on his opening carry, a negative play this time around, and this is going to be key. They're going to keep giving him the ball, and they need him to have more positive plays than negative ones if they're going to win.
After giving up that big play, this defense has been a rock. 3rd and goal coming. From the gun, wants to pass. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
And I tell you what, he drops back to pass, nothing really open, tries to scramble, but now because he got a little bit more yards, is this maybe decision time on 4th and goal, down by more than a field goal? This might be time to go for it.
And this defense has a chance to make a big stop on 4th and goal from the 4. Looking to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Crosses midfield. Past the 30. He's at the 10. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, just this is where you go over the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
And the run is for no gain and no more time left on the clock in the first quarter. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. the play fake. Buys a little time with his feet. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away, and that's one he'd like to have back.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that is the play this defense had to have. Did you look in the secondary right there? I mean, he was open, guys. Like, that would have been a touchdown, and this defense got to the quarterback, hit him as he's throwing the football, forced the errant pass, and dodged a bullet.
This is a really big play for both teams. 4th and goal from the 2. This quarterback part of their running game. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Mustangs.
Number 10.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Memphis has the ball back, and the offense ready to go to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Going downfield for the big play. Balls in the deep ball. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. One big play, and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. To the air on 1st down. Here comes the heat. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
In most instances, I would say really, really nice decision by the quarterback. But when you've got speed like this guy has, I think you'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can go make something with his feet.
Trying to escape and get it himself. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big 3rd down conversion by this offense.
And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Memphis. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into it.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step 1 to getting them back in the ballgame.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the Big Ten. Auburn is ahead early in Jordan-Hare, but that's not exactly Bo Jackson out there running the ball. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over Ohio State. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this Big Ten battle.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. With the catch, it's Cooper. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
He's brought that up at the 23-yard line. Second down.
They'll line up for a second down play. The give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Looking to throw, it's Barnett. He's going for it all. Makes the catch down the right side. Lots of running room. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, SMU.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish it with a flair, a 77-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Trying play action. He'll throw it. Caught near the sticks. It's crossed. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. The give to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Catch in the middle, it's Henry. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down.
And if you had any questions about this quarterback's arm talent, now you've got your answer. Wow.
Memphis just keeps moving the chains on this drive. They're set up with another 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss.
It's a really nice job by the defense staying disciplined there, and the quarterback's trying to get it out on the right side. As soon as he makes the catch, though, down he goes. Really good job with the tackle.
And the Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and you've already seen him make a critical mistake earlier in the ball game, and you're going to make more of them if you don't make your feet a priority. Just pause for a second. Steady those feet, get them quiet. Now I can make a more accurate throw.
It'll be 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. On the option, he'll do it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that is beautiful execution by the defense. What do I do with that option? String him along. Don't let him make a quick decision. Don't let it be obvious. Did a good job slow playing it, stretching it out. Everybody being able to run to the football, use the sideline as a defender. Nice job by the defense.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Barnett. He's going to let it go. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. And the Mustangs will punt it away on 4th down. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. Slips through the line. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Toss sweep to the left. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I think the toss does a really good job of getting the football on the edge quickly. You know, you toss it out there to the running back. You better block the defensive end. That's priority number 1. Good job blocking the defensive end. Get a nice positive game on the toss play.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Leaves it with the back. He breaks a tackle. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
And it wasn't lack of effort by the running back. He was trying. You could tell he fought one guy off, but another guy in his face right away, just trying to do something. The offensive line needs to do a better job keeping some guys off his guy. Come on, man. Take care of your running back.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Oh, that slithered right through his fingers and would have been his 2nd interception of the game. Instead, it's 4th down.
Man, an almost disaster again for this offense. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. The defense got their hands on another one. They are dialed in. They really got a good beat on this passing game.
Despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Nice execution by the offense on 3rd down, understanding what they had to do to get the 1st down, pass complete, move the sticks, new set of downs.
Wide receiver going in motion. Looking downfield on first down. Got a man. It's Smith.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Turning it on. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
When the running back gets going and gets a head of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Throws for the tight end. And that is interception number 3 on the day.
Yeah, and linebackers have to do a really good job of playing the run, but you could see sitting back in cover 2, understanding I got to get in my zone, get my eyes on the QB, break on the football. Nice play by that linebacker. Nice pick.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Back to throw, it's Barnett. Lofts one high and deep. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. 2nd down coming up.
And it's funny, right before that play, I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if this offense is just going to play conservative here with the field position, the fact they haven't scored a ton of points so far in this game, and just run the ball and take it into halftime. No, they're being aggressive, and not just that. They're taking deep shots way down the field, but give the defense credit. They were ready for it, forcing that incompletion.
He'll take another shot here. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes quarterbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you can tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth it.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. The Mustangs decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. And the Mustangs will kick it away to crank up the 2nd half. Looks like he's going to try to return it. He'll be chased out of bounds inside his own 20 at the 18-yard line, and a great job of coverage there. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the 3rd quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So
there he goes. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
Looking to throw on first down. It's complete to the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And that's why this running back's a big weapon here, right? Because not only can he run the ball, but he can catch it too. Even running flat routes when you know the ball's going to be in the air a long way, he can adjust to it, make something good happen after the catch. And quite honestly, they need him because they've thrown a couple of picks now in this game. They've got to find a way to get this guy more involved.
Back to pass. fires to the wideout. On target to the left. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It'd be interesting to watch this offense really down the stretch because they can't really have that balance, especially when they're going backwards. Like, they're down, they've got to put up some points, got to get some stops. I think this offense has to be aggressive, and I think it's going to have to be through the air.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Throwing on the run. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Very few times can you get a guy that wide open in a game, and when you do, you have to capitalize on it. That QB knows it. Look at him. You could tell he knows he missed a huge opportunity. Not only could he tell, everyone in the stands could see that guy was absolutely wide open.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for the big play. Got it inside the 10. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1.
And that is a huge conversion on 3rd and long for the offense. I think a lot of people thinking, hey, we're just going to try to get a couple of yards, help our kicker out here to kick a field goal. But instead, they get a massive play, and now all of a sudden they're thinking touchdown here, 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to give them a finish. They'll try to run it in. Touchdown, Tigers! And the comeback is on!
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. So a drive there of 82 yards, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Creates a little space. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Fighting off the defender. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
And this D needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
Wants to throw. It's Barnett. Pucks it out of the air. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
From the gun, running back gets to give. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, 3rd quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Trying to take it back. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Some defensive players just have a knack. I've played with guys throughout the course of my career that You can't coach it. It's not speed. It's not strength. It's literally, I know when to break on the football, how to go get it, and how to pull it in. It's just a knack.
On the run, it's Bonifant. Runs through a tackle. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
Defense, man, you got to go low, and you got to chop that tree down, right? Go with the legs, take the legs out from underneath them so he can't continue to churn those puppies out and get extra yards after contact like he did there.
It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. They'll send the tight end in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down. Finds his back in the middle. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
From the gun, running back on the move. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You just need more from your offensive line. 2nd and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up 3rd down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Dumps it off in the flats. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
Yeah, and I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding 3rd and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a 4th down.
Quarterback making checks. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Release to the back. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Back to throw, it's Barnett. They've got the screen set up. Shakes off the defender. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the 1st down.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the 2nd half.
The give to Davis. And he was able to work his way for just a few, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. The quick out. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
Off play action on 1st down. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
Looking to throw, it's Barnett. Unloads to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Dances away to buy time. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. That is no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Catch in the middle. It's Henry. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. Throws to the wideout. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And that is a backbreaker. It's 4th down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play. But the defense came up big in a big moment.
The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. From the gun, the ground game. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few 1st downs together, we're looking really good.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Scanning the field, it's Barnett. The throw to the outside is complete. Breaks into the open. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at him. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. And if you didn't know this was a big play, the crowd is telling you, a huge 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Absolutely perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Notre Dame is running away with this one today thanks to an offense that is more than waking up the echoes. They're up by 34 over Wyoming. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Find some space enough to get 5 to the 22.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
The Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The offense changing the play. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I think at this point of the game now in the second half, down by as many points as they are, it's going to be really hard for the offense to sprinkle in the run. They tried it there. It didn't work. I think you got to be thinking about the passing game now and start trying to identify playmakers out on the perimeter of the field that can get you back in this game.
Unloads it left. Makes a connection. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Memphis picking up the tempo. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Pressure coming. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to. They had to go for it. But now defense, this is the situation when you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here with a W.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Oh, he's got some space. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. They're just about to put this W in the books, guys. Comes against a ranked opponent, a team that most of us expected them to beat, and they were able to come through.
Yeah, but you're going to get challenged early in the season. It's fun to play other ranked teams and kind of see what you have. And this team kind of proved it. Like, listen, they're worth the ranking. They're probably going to continue to climb up the charts, handling their business early in the season against a pretty dang good team.
And I think at the end of the year, when the committee's meeting together and they're deciding which teams are going to reach the playoff, this is a game they're going to point back to. Hey, we wanted to find out more about them against a good opponent. They won the game. They took care of business. This was impressive today.
They'll ride Davis here. He is stopped right at the 21-yard line, and now it'll be fourth down and decision time. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and